What I reported last night about Tesa Giga Shanghai stopping and suspending production turned out to be correct, as I've reported based on my sources from China, and now this morning the entire media is reporting that Tesla has suspended its Giga Shanghai operations yet again, as Tesla will run part of its production lines at the Shanghai plant to produce less than 200 vehicles on Tuesday, according to an internal memo seen also by Reuters. The automaker, which aimed to restore production levels by next week. I just reported last week that Tesla next week is going to increase the output of more than 2,000 cars per week and add a second line and the second shift. Now is going to suspend the operations again. Welcome back, dear friends. This is Armin Harayan from TorqueNews.com. If you are here first time, please take a moment and subscribe to our channel for daily Tesla news and ring the bell so you don't miss my next coverage. So what is going on in Tesla in China? Tesa Giga Shanghai. Tesla is stuttering under tighter Shanghai lockdown, and as Beijing keeps hunting for this virus outbreak. Reuters reports it that way, saying Tesla operated its Shanghai plant well below capacity on Tuesday, today, showing the problems factories face trying to ramp up output, ramp up production under a tightened lockdown, while China's capital kept up its fight with a small but stubborn outbreak. Many of the hundreds of companies reopening factories in Shanghai in recent weeks have faced challenges getting production lines back up to speed while keeping workers on site in a closed loop system. What is closed loop system? Closed loop system means Giga Shanghai workers were kept on site, they slept there and they were fed there, so the production can go up. Even if they manage to get everything right, such firms depend on suppliers facing similar challenges. This is why suppliers are so important. Supply is so important that, as I reported, a lot of people from Europe are trying to meet Elon Musk for the supply chain. For example, Europe's industry chief, I reported last night, that is set to meet Elon Musk to discuss new rules and supply issues for Giga Berlin and in Europe. The latest sign of the struggle actually trying to increase output under these virus rules came at Tesla's Shanghai plant, where a resumption of work 3 weeks ago got extensive state media coverage as an example of what can be achieved despite restrictions. Now, don't get me wrong, China has helped Tesla a lot, has helped Tesla to ramp up the production, has helped Tesla to open the factory. But Tesla also depends on suppliers, and apparently supplies cannot make it on time, and therefore today Giga Shanghai only made 200 cars. The US automaker Tesla has halted most of its production at the Giga Shanghai plant in China due to problems securing parts, according to an internal memo seen by Reuters. Tesla had planned as late as last week to increase output to pre-lockdown levels by next week, adding a line, bringing more workers, increasing the output to 2,000, but now we are where we are. Among Tesla suppliers facing difficulties is wire harness maker Aptiv, after infections were found among its employees, sources said on Monday. Videos posted online last week showed dozens of workers at Apple and Tesla supplier Quanta overwhelming hazmat suit, secured guards, and vaulting over factory gates, fearing being trapped inside by lockdown. Friends, as I'm reporting this, I'm thinking this is so important. So you build your companies where your suppliers are, being maybe in the same city. This is what's happening actually slowly in Germany. As I reported in the beginning of this virus outbreak a few years ago, I was having an interview on our YouTube channel at Torque News that about the future of automotive industry. He said the supply will be localized. So because there is outbreak, there is something, there is war or anything like going on, you have your supply very, very close. This is very important for automotive production or any production. So if you're thinking to build a new plant, try to make it in a place where your major suppliers are, or as much as possible localize your supply. Now, this virus curbs in Shanghai, Beijing, and dozens of other major manufacturing hubs across China are taking a heavy toll on the world's second largest economy, with significant knock-on impacts on global trade and supply chains. China's export growth slowed to its weakest, Reuters report, in almost 2 years. Data shows on Monday unemployment was already also near 2 years high. Uncertainty is high, with economists unable to say with any accuracy when the country will bring this virus under control and what the final cost is likely to be. Growth in China is likely to remain hostage to the course of this pandemic for most of the year, analysts at Fathom Consulting said in a note. Reuters reports Chinese stocks were just off 2 years low, and the yuan traded near 18-month lows on Tuesday. So you see, the picture is not very beautiful, right? Sadly. Shanghai, a vital center for commerce, finance, and manufacturing for China and beyond, with a population of 25 million, was enduring its 6th week of a statewide lockdown. The prolonged isolation increasingly jars with an outside world which is gradually returning to its pre-COVID ways of life, even if cases spread. China has threatened actions against the critics of its dynamic zero policy, which it says aims to put life first and prevent a death toll like one seen around the world. Testing was becoming daily routine in much of Beijing and other places in China. The capital has not seen its daily case numbers grow beyond several dozens since its latest outbreak began on April 2022. Actually, April 22 of this year, but it has also found it difficult to bring them down significantly. So as you can see, the situation is challenging, and I'm telling all this to you about these restrictions that have gradually tightened in China. So you see the atmosphere in which Tesla operates and in which Tesla is trying to build cars and ramp up the production, and thus now we see that today Giga Shanghai was able to produce only 200 cars according to Reuters report. An area in the southwest of the capital of China on Monday banned residents from leaving their neighborhoods and ordered all activity not related to virus prevention to stop. Elsewhere, some residents have been told to work from home. Dining services at restaurants were banned. Parks, some malls and other venues were shut. Some bus and subway routes were curtailed. Isolated lockdowns were enforced on small buildings. The number of new virus cases in Shanghai has been falling for almost 2 weeks, which is the good news, but remains in the thousands and restrictions are tightening. We're still in a critical period of epidemic prevention, said Sun Hyang-gong, deputy director of the Municipal Center for Disease Control. So, the city was making what it hoped was a final push to end infections outside areas under the strictest curbs, the most significant gauge of whether the virus was being brought under control. Many residents' compounds have received notice that people would no longer be allowed out, however, having been able to go for brief walks or quick grocery trips previously. In some cases, entire communities have been sent into quarantine after just one member tested positive. This is the situation where Tesla is trying to build cars. So, Giga Shanghai is suspending operations. I don't know what will happen tomorrow. Please subscribe to this channel because I'm going to keep looking for this news and keep my finger and see what my sources will say about Shanghai production. I will have something probably about that later this evening. I'll see what's the latest. This is Armen Harayan from TalkNews.com. Please let me know what you think. What do you think Tesla can do? Should Tesla maybe increase the Fremont factory production and push Giga Berlin and Austin? Austin supply should be good in Giga Texas. In Giga Berlin, the ramp up is taking some time. Well, because there is inspection now going on there. But let me know your thoughts, friends. I would appreciate if you give us thumbs up for this video if you like it, and also share in social media. God bless you, everyone. Peace be with all of you. Please subscribe to our channel and give us thumbs up and ring the bell so you don't miss my next coverage. Have a blessed day. This is Armen Harayan from TalkNews.com. See you soon in our next Tesla story.